Joe was a redneck. I mean, he was one that he didn't care, literally he didn't care what anybody thought of him. And you either liked him or didn't like him. He didn't care.
Would you describe Joe as a risk taker? Did he take risks in his life?
Oh yeah, you know, I bought him a little Power Wheels Jeep when he was 2. I bought him a 4-wheeler when he was 4. He had a RZR side-by-side that he bought, and he would do things. I just look at him and cringe. It's like, why, you know? But he lived life, you know, his way, and no matter what I told him, it didn't matter. You know, he wanted to have fun. I always told my family that, you know, I'm held to that higher standard, and so are they. Because if they run a stop sign, or if they're speeding, or if they're doing whatever, the public, society, they're like, people, they have the opinion, well, he can do that, his dad's a cop, so he can get away with it, you know? And I always told my family that if I caught him doing something wrong, they'd be the first ones I'd give a ticket to. This was before the whole traffic safety, distracted driving, text messaging, and all that was a thing. You know, I was driving my little 5-speed car, and I'm texting, eating. I think I was smoking a cigarette, all at the same time while driving this little 5-speed car. And he made the comment of, you know, something about, you know, shaking his head, and he's made some comment. I'm like, what? He's like, I think you need some more things to do, Dad. You know, because, you know, and I feel like I set the bad example for him because I was doing it. I was working, it's about 1:30 in the morning, and my sheriff calls me. Your son Joe, he says, you know, just so you know, he was in a crash and he didn't make it. Which I was already, had a lot of anxiety, wondering what I was doing going to the office anyways. And then got hit with that, well, sledgehammer, so to speak.
Walking the scene and finding the cell phone was one of the biggest things that I've remembered from this crash. I saw tire tracks where the vehicle initially went off the roadway, and then tire tracks where it came back on. It looked to me like he had overcorrected and hit the median again. Well, that impact with the median into the westbound lanes is what threw the vehicle over. It landed on its wheels. I was looking for a phone just to see if someone was around there. As soon as I picked up the phone, it was in the middle of a game.
How'd that make you feel?
It was a mix of emotions. You don't like to see it because that puts it in your mind. This is probably what was happening during the crash, and that could have been prevented and saved a life.
It's everybody else around you that have to pick up the pieces and keep moving forward. They have to be the ones going through all the emotions of losing you, missing you, you know. So to me, not caring and not doing things to prevent your death is just selfish. It's just totally selfish. Because if you die, it's not you. You don't have to deal with it. Everybody else does. Make sure you teach your kids the right way and lead by example, you know, because kids are watching you. They know what you're doing. They see what you're doing. And that's how they learn to function and live their life. So if you want your kids to do things the right way, you need to do it the right way and be the example for them. You know, I thought I was a great dad. Everybody told me I was a great dad. I had great kids. There's one thing I missed, and that was, you know, teaching them how to drive responsible, because I set the bad example. No matter how much I told them, wear your seatbelt, stay off your phone. You know, I can talk to them until I'm blue in the face, but I had to set the example, and I didn't do that. You know, Am I over it? Will I ever be?